right. Hello, and welcome back to the third episode of WCAT Chats. I'm Alex Carr alongside Palmer Ruth and Nitin Raju. And Palmer, what's on the docket?
Yeah, so today we're going to go around school talking about the sports that's been happening as football season's right now in the peak and softball's going to the playoffs, as well as this week and next week is homecoming. So we'll talk about what's happening, what you need to know, and then we'll move on to Atlanta pro sports. You know, Falcons, they're going into week five, week 5, as well as the Braves, NL East champions for the 5th straight year. And then we'll wrap it all up with the fan favorite segment, The Wheel.
All right, yeah, so we got a ton of interesting stuff today. And Nitin, I heard there's a holiday going on today. Can you give us some background on that?
Yeah, so today's Yom Kippur, which is considered the holiest day in Judaism. And so today, on Wednesday, October 5th, marks the 10th of the Tishrei, the 7th month of the Hebrew calendar. And so this day, they observe consists of full fasting, and they have an intensive prayer as well as sin confession. So for everyone who practices Yom Kippur, wish you guys a holy day.
Yeah. All right. Now, moving a little bit to homecoming. We've got a ton of things to talk about. Wednesday the 5th, which is today, we got the movie and TV characters. Obviously,
We're very dressed
we
up.
did not get that memo fast enough as we are not. Yeah. Yeah.
But it'd be cool to see all the kind of characters that other
that's
people
true.
dress up as.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Thursday the 13th, we've got Pajama Day plus everything but a backpack day.
Go in order.
Yeah, so Wednesday the 5th, today is movie TV characters. Tomorrow's colors for Pride Week, so every single grade level will be wearing different colors. So seniors are going to be wearing blue, juniors red, sophomores green, and freshmen are yellow. And the faculty and staff are going to wear orange and purple.
Yep.
Friday is age group. So the seniors are going to be college students. Juniors are going to be adults. The sophomores are going to be senior citizens. And the freshmen are going to be toddlers.
And then back over to the third,
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go back to the age group things. I'm going to be a little bit honest here. I have no clue how freshmen are going to dress up as toddlers.
Are they just going to wear like bibs and stuff?
I have no clue.
I hope so. That'd be quite
It would
funny.
just be, hilarious, sir. Did we do that last year?
Well, we did, but what changed? Last year, if I recall correctly, seniors were senior citizens, and last year went toddlers for freshmen, college students were sophomores, juniors were still adults, and then seniors were senior citizens.
I think that makes
so
more
it kind
sense.
of, as the grades get higher, the ages also do. And I personally prefer that way, but obviously decided to mix things up, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. All right, Thursday, the 13th, Pajama Day, everything but a backpack day. Bring in whatever you can. I've seen the strollers. I've seen tennis bags. I've seen
Coolers.
everything, really.
Do you guys have any ideas for everything but a backpack day? You guys plan on participating?
Cooler, maybe.
Maybe
I
a
have No
backpack.
clue. Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Then we also have the homecoming dance that night. The theme is the Roaring 20s, and it is, from what I've heard, it'll be a formal dance. So
In either Turner or Ox.
yeah, and you'll wear your best attire, and it's gonna be
be a fun
interesting
night.
thing to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the theme for Friday's game will be an ice out. So coming in blue, white, anything kind of in that range of colors. So kind of like ice them out.
You think we may even see some Trey Young jerseys? You know, he is Ice Trey. You think anyone will try to go for that play on it?
I bet we might see a couple.
Maybe a
We
couple.
gotta see a couple.
Yeah.
All right. Then,
And then
also
another special event on Friday, the girls' flag football teams. So I've heard that a lot of the girls are looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And so maybe you guys can come out, watch the games, and hopefully cheer for the green team, which I know us sophomores will be excited to cheer for.
Yeah. All right. We also have fall break this weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun. First big break we've had so far. What are you guys looking to do?
Yeah, so I'm going to Dallas this weekend to see some family as well as go to the Texas-Oklahoma game. And so that'll be a really good weekend.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay at home, watch some football, watch some postseason baseball too, and look forward to just getting a break from school and everything.
Yeah, I'm going to be going down to Tampa to see my relatives and going to go to the Bucks-Falcons game, which is going to be a lot of fun. All right, talking about football, the Westminster football, last Thursday, the game was actually moved due to the hurricane that didn't even hit here in Georgia or Atlanta. We had the game of the year, came down to the final 2 drives, and it was incredible. The offense, the entire game wasn't going too well. John Collier had a couple of interceptions, but that final offensive drive for the Wildcats was insane. Coach Romberg had trust in this one crazy play. Fane Barton had a passing play for like 50 yards. Yeah. It was on this receiver end around. It was incredible.
Beautiful.
And then they had this another 2-point conversion
Ballsy
to
move.
Armstrong. Oh my God, it was so
My
cool.
heart was through the roof.
And we were talking to Coach Romberg about it, and apparently they've been running this play for like 2 weeks. And it was just so cool to see how that turned out. And also their defense, that beginning drive, that last drive for them, it started out a little bit shaky. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
They're kind of letting up a passing game to the other
William
team.
Wright?
William Wright was their quarterback. And throughout that game, they had been passing. And then all of a sudden, the final drive, they were just hitting out routes to these receivers that we hadn't seen yet. And then all of a sudden, it turned around, and the Wildcats got this insane last-minute stop. It was just so much fun to watch. I mean, go back, watch the replay. It was incredible. Game of the year. That's what everyone's been saying. Coach Romberg, he was getting a little livid on the sideline during halftime, turned it around, and what a game. That's the most fun I've ever seen.
The defense really turned up that game, including a blocked PAT and a blocked field goal. So without those defensive stops, we may not have seen the Wildcats get the win this weekend. So, I mean, that was a great game. I know Calvin and I on the sidelines were going crazy, especially because we were right at the pylon where the touchdown happened. I know you guys were all going crazy, too, on the other side. So we're looking forward to this game, going 2-0. Let's hopefully we can go 2-0 in region play.
Yeah, I mean, we just started region play. That was the first game, and what a way to kick it off. It's just so much fun. Now we'll turn to cross country. The boys and girls team just had massive meets with great times from, you know who, Joseph Jaco, Esfan Daya, and Jacob Jaco. They're always doing great. For the girls, Palmer Wallstead set a new PR for her by, I think, a minute. That's what one of the runners told me.
I heard 40 seconds. No matter what, that's really impressive. Joseph, that's a school record at 15:07.95. And what's crazy to me, how do he got a school record, it came in 6th. There must have been a ton of great runners there. I mean, that's just impressive to see.
Yeah, I mean, cross country, it's such an interesting sport how someone can be so, set a new career high, but there's always room for improvement. It's just, it's incredible how capable these runners are. I mean, it's so cool.
And then over to softball. Softball had a big win against Druid Hills on Thursday of last week against with a 16-0 win. A big statement against Druid Hills. And what was crazy, Helen Slauson again, pitching 3 innings with 9 Ks, all 9 outs recorded via the strikeout. And their next game is coming up today, actually, on Wednesday, versus to be determined. But make sure to come out and cheer out for the softball team. All
right, so Blake Gillikin, the Saints punter that came from Westminster, had a great game last night. He had 4 punts for an average of 48.5. His longest punt, was 63 yards, which is a boot. Unfortunately, the Saints came up short against the Vikings. They lost 28-25. Harrison Butker still out with that ankle injury that we talked about last week, I believe. He's looking to come back soon, though, within the next week. All right, we've covered all the Westminster alumni and the Westminster sports. Palmer, Nane, can you tell us what happened with the Braves and what's happening with the postseason?
The Braves are 2022 NL East champions for the 5th consecutive year. The NL East is over.
I thought
no
it
one's
was.
catching the Braves.
That's what was said by a reporter.
SNY TV guy, also does a radio show, but obviously he isn't too good at his job. Said the NL East was over, and his show runs from 2 to 5 a.m. So obviously doesn't have that many great takes.
That is a hot take from Palmer. All right. So, can you tell us a little bit more about when the Braves are looking to play, like what their postseason structure is going to turn out to be like?
Sure. So their first game will be a week from last night. So next Tuesday at home versus the winner of the Cardinals-Phillies series. They'll play Tuesday, Wednesday, day off Thursday to travel. Day off Thursday, travel to St. Louis, and then play Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday in St. Louis. That seems weird, but it doesn't matter. We'll only play one game in either St. Louis or Philadelphia. The reason why I'm saying St. Louis, they won their division.
Yeah.
I would say they're a better team. So be on the lookout for us to be facing St. Louis. But the Phillies could come to playoffs.
This new playoff format's also a lot different than last year if you were used to that. A lot more wild card slots have opened up this year. And the top 2 seeds in each division got a little bit of a bye. So I know it was huge for the Braves to come out with the division because the other side of the bracket is very heavily loaded with the Dodgers and the Padres.
And Mets.
So the Braves are looking to advance to the NLCS and maybe even repeat as World Series champions.
Yeah, I do really love the Braves, but I got to say, the Louisiana Cardinals, their story is incredible. I mean, they got Albert Pujols, just hit number 703. And he also broke Babe Ruth for second all-time in RBIs.
The Missouri Cardinals? Who are the Louisiana Cardinals?
St. Louis. Sorry, St. Louis. Capital L threw me off. I was thinking Louisiana Cardinals. God,
Yeah.
That's a mistake by me, but still love their story. You got Albert Pujols, Adam Wainwright, Yadier Molina all going off in their final postseason together.
Adam Wainwright, actually somewhat of a local boy, grew up St. Simon's. His brother lives in Atlanta, and his kids are in some Atlanta private schools. So, I hope he'll pitch game 1 of that NLDS in Atlanta and for all of his family to watch, especially if that's his last start, because Braves will sweep them and then he'll retire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, in other baseball news, Aaron Judge finally hit number 62. It was taking weeks. I was so scared that he wasn't going to. They were in their second to last game of the season. He hit it last night in the second game of a doubleheader against the Rangers. It felt like a weight off his shoulders. You can see it in his mother's reaction in the crowd. She just gave a sigh of relief. It just looked like finally it was kind of weighing him down. He's been in a kind of a rut for this past couple weeks. I mean, hasn't been getting these hits like he used to be able to. So looking to carry the momentum from the 62nd into the playoffs. But now we'll switch to the Falcons. They are 2-2.
You don't want to talk about the Yankees anymore?
Oh, I mean, they clinched the number 2 spot in the postseason.
Yep.
Yeah, so on the American League side, the number 1 seed is Houston Astros, and the number 2 seed is the New York Yankees, Alex's teams, you can tell by his jacket. So both those teams get a bye out of the wild card until the DS. And then in the wild card, you have the 3 seed, Cleveland Guardians, Will Benson's team. He's had a great job pushing them into October, and they'll be matched up against the Tampa Bay Rays. And on the bottom of the bracket, you got Blue Jays playing the Mariners, and winner of that play the Astros. What do you want to say anything about the National League? Or you think you got that?
I think we covered it.
Yeah. All right. Falcons 2-2. They've looked very promising actually so far. I thought that they were going to have
They could
tank
very easily be 3-1 if they could have beat the Rams too.
Yeah.
So the Falcons are looking actually pretty good this season, and especially behind Cordarrelle Patterson, who's mostly in his career been primarily a kick returner,
And a
a very
receiver.
good one too. And this year, at least for the past 2 years, he's been kind of acting like a Deebo Samuel kind of position, where he's been running and kind of receiving. Rookie Drake London has been stepping it up as our wide receiver 1,
Yep.
and he has 231 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's kind of leading the rookie class at the moment. And then A.J. Terrell, after what I would say a Pro Bowl caliber season last year.
All pro even
too.
Yeah.
Getting back on his feet. Had a little bit of a rough start to the season, but has been doing pretty well as of late.
Yeah, Rashawn Evans also is leading the defense in tackles with 35. So you just got a young squad for the Falcons. It's a lot of fun to watch. And also, unfortunately, Cordarrelle Patterson is injured, but he's looking to get back soon. The Hawks preseason just started. They had a good offseason, trading for DeJounte Murray.
Yep.
And they traded away Kevin Huerter.
Now, it's sad to see Kevin Huerter go, as he was a fan favorite, Red Velvet, as he was known. But, DeJounte, he was an all-star last year, and I think him and Trae Young, that'll be a great pairing, and hopefully we can make it back to the playoffs and make a long run.
We saw a big combo, I think, in the off-season league with DeJounte, Trae, and John Collins. I think that the trio is going to be really electric this year, so keep on a lookout for them as the Hawks try to make a big push for the top seed in the playoffs and maybe even a NBA championship.
All right, and for the final sport in Atlanta United, they didn't have the best of seasons. They went 10-10 with 1 game left. They're not looking to make the playoffs, unfortunately.
But it is a big. I know we have Josef Martinez is back, who was a big player in the Atlanta United's championship a few years ago. So Josef Martinez is looking back to make another, at least with Atlanta United next year, to make a strong push for maybe a playoff season next year, as long with most of Atlanta sports who are looking on the upside. And hopefully this is actually I think this is a few great years for Atlanta sports, especially with Braves, Falcons, Hawks, Atlanta United, and even Georgia football as well.
Mm-hmm. Josef hasn't been as great since he's been coming back. He tore his ACL, but in the last couple of games this year, he's really picked things up, and I really think he'll be full of steam going into next year.
All right, and that's all for sports, but we have the segment that we've all been waiting for.
Should we get FIFA or Buckley on?
Let's get both of them. Let's get both.
Yeah, let's get both. So we have Buckley. You've seen him time and time again, the legend. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, FIFO Klopek. He is a junior and the head of WCAT, as he's the student coordinator. All right.
All right.
Okay, let's see.
Thanks, sir.
So we're spinning it. It's spinning, and it is, what is your favorite teacher? Can we do that one? Because we had some debates about this.
I think all of the teachers here.
It's positive.
They're all great. I know we all have probably a couple favorites that we all like.
FIFO.
Do I have to be with them right now?
No, just your favorite teacher.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Searle because
Mr. Searle. Oh, yeah,
Searle?
he's very good.
He's
I wish I
amazing.
had him. I didn't have him for Spanish. I wish I could have. But he's made a massive impact on my life. I mean, the chance that WCT's given me. I think I got to go back a long time, back to elementary school with 5th grade Mr. Marine.
No.
That
Jackson was better.
Mr. Marine, that was such a fun class. I mean, that year was really like the big turning point. We got to just go on that 5th grade retreat. We got to like.
That was so bad.
That year was so much
Remember
fun.
when they put our leftovers in a bucket and we couldn't overflow the bucket?
we had to do that too.
That was so much fun. What about you, Buckley?
Well, from all my schools, it has to be Mr. Kevin. You remember him. But from Westminster, Mr. Searle's been pretty influential here with the WCAT. But right now, my favorite teacher this year is to be Mr. Hendricks.
Yeah, Mr. Hendricks is really good. I love the way he teaches. Really gets everyone to like pay attention.
So I'm not gonna go with a main teacher. I'm gonna go with a substitute teacher. I think a fan favorite coach.
We should get him on the pod.
Matt Tyler,
Yeah, love Coach
the
Tyler.
GOAT.
Crazy foo-foo.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I love him.
I-
Great teacher, Palmer.
I have no clue, but I like where you went with that 5th grade, so I'm going to go back to 5th grade. Miss Jackson. Again, I think that year was the turning point, and that was my favorite lower school year. Obviously, some lower school years were not that great, especially for me personally, but that year with Miss Jackson, that was a fantastic year. We put on the Charlie Brown. It was either Christmas or Thanksgiving. I don't remember, but that was an amazing year, so thank you for that, Miss Jackson.
All right.
Thank you all for having me on.
Of course.
Yeah.
FIFO left without being dismissed and is now on his phone doing who knows what.
All right, we have one more question, and then we will be able to wrap this up. Palmer, what is your favorite Westminster building?
I had to go Barge. Now, I would say Hawkins. The flaw with Hawkins is the food isn't always open. And I enjoy that if at Barge I can get a coffee whenever. Or, if I just want a little snack, I can get a yoga parfait, which is top tier. And that is what separates Barge from Hawkins.
I would say Barge, but I haven't been able to really go in there this
Yeah.
year. I mean, I don't have any classes in there. I don't really have a need to go in there. I got to say, my favorite building is Turner. I mean, the versatility, you've got like everything you need in there. They've got a concession stand, and when it's open, that's just like beautiful.
tier.
Yeah, exactly. And they've got like the gym, the locker rooms. I mean, I've had PE in there for years. I just love that building.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Hawkins. I feel like I've spent a lot of time in there this year, especially with the food after school. We have chicken tenders, french fries. We had egg rolls yesterday. And the smoothies, the drinks, I think it's just, elevates the building to a whole nother level. And so I'm going to have to go with Hawkins. That's just me personally.
I'm going to have to chip in here, too. And
Okay.
I really
Yep.
think that
right.
Hawkins is going to take it because it has some really good food.
It does.
It does.
And this is Buckley,
Best on campus.
Buckley from the editor seat.
Producer
seat.
Buckley.
Producer Buckley.
So this week, sorry, we didn't mention it earlier, but this Friday, Westminster's playing Stevenson.
Stevenson, yes.
Yeah, this Friday at 7:30. It will be an away game, but it is also a region game. So make sure you
If
stay
you're in
tuned
town.
on WCAT.
Or go to the game. What's the theme?
Ice out.
No, it's not. That's homecoming. That's a week
That's
from
homecoming.
Friday.
Yes.
What's the theme?
Do we have a
Do we
theme?
I
have?
have it.
Remember to follow Westminster fans on Instagram to get some more information about the themes. I know that's where I'm going to go right now to get you to figure that out. If we have a theme for this
We
weekend.
do have a theme. It is way back in the camera roll.
The theme.
The theme is toga. Toga. So, and also raffle tickets will be handed out to all the students who attend for a chance to win a $50 gift card to Otters or BP Gas. So come out and support the Cats and have a chance at winning a gift card.
Gas prices are very high, and that $50 card will be very useful. So make sure you arrive and go to that game.
Or tune in NFHS.
Toga, yes.
Yeah.
Toga.
Is that theme, is that like a Roman?
Yes.
I thought it was the Greeks.
Yeah.
Roman, Greek.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of them.
One
Okay.
of the people in, the Mediterranean area a long time ago.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. That's all from us here. Thank you for watching.
Yep.
Go Braves.
Thanks for tuning in.
And as always-
remember to follow on all social media platforms. Follow the WCAT YouTube and the TikTok at WCAT Chats. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, as always, go Cats. See you later.